Aloha Aina. I'm Ehu Kekahu Cardwell with the Kiwani Foundation right here on Free Hawaii TV, a part of the Free Hawaii Broadcasting Network. Well, you know, we've talked a lot here on Free Hawaii TV about the illegal U.S. occupation of Hawaii. We've told you how Hawaii being the 50th state is a big fat fake. Yet the U.S. talks as if it's all very real, something they didn't steal. Well, every now and then, someone from the U.S. slips up and speaks the truth and admits what it's really all about. Former U.S. Congressman Neil Abercrombie did just that in June of last year while testifying before the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Resources. In the video you're about to see, he admits why Hawaii was taken over by the U.S., that it's not according to the U.S. Constitution at all, why the U.S. and its agent, the fake state of Hawaii, want to get their hands on the ceded or stolen lands, and most alarmingly, how he and the U.S. really view Native Hawaiians and the plans to take their lands. So here now is former U.S. Congressman Neil Abercrombie testifying what the takeover of Hawaii was really all about.
What we're dealing with here, in practical terms, is 1.8 million acres in ceded land, the former Crown lands, over which the state of Hawaii now has trust responsibility, and about 200,000 acres of Hawaiian homelands, which Mr. Kane directly administers on behalf of the people of the state today. And the reason that you get these questions now, in all honesty, Doc, and everybody else, is that when the 1.8 million acres were seen as essentially worthless, which is the reason that these particular lands, because you could have said at the time that the entire state was Crown lands because it was a kingdom. When we put Western ideas of property and ownership into the equation, well, then it became somebody's land. They owned it. And so the 1.8 million acres essentially were seen as something that the merchant bankers didn't need. So the 1.8 million acres wasn't seen as worth anything. The 200,000 acres that Mr. Kane administers right now, again, we're seen as, well, we'll just give that to the Hawaiians. Nobody wants it. There's no water. There's no infrastructure. There's no anything. It's not useful to anybody who wants to make money out of it. So we'll give that to the Native Hawaiians. Now, come to 2010. How would you like to have, Doc, 1.8 million acres of land in Hawaii today? How would you like to have 200,000 acres in additional land reserved for Hawaiians by congressional act? When we come down to it, when you get right down to the nitty-gritties of all of this, this has nothing to do with the Constitution. This has nothing to do with race. This has to do with assets, land and money. And when that 1.8 million acres wasn't yielding any money, when that 200,000 acres was out there and it didn't have any value to them, let me tell you, now you got 2 million acres of land in Hawaii. You got hundreds of millions of dollars in funds that are under the care of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs right now, which will go to this new entity, and you've got an income stream in the tens of millions of dollars coming from the lease arrangements on either the ceded lands or the Hawaiian homelands, so that you can build houses, you can put infrastructure in. Now, everybody's interested that they're not discriminated against. And what they mean is how can they get in on owning, controlling, maneuvering, and manipulating that 2 million acres of land, the hundreds of millions of dollars, and the tens of millions of dollars of income stream. I rest my case.